Hello everyone, I'm standing here with the new Callaway Steelhead XR iron. This is definitely aimed for your mid to high handicap player. For those of you watching this thinking, but hang on, I'm a mid to low, please go have a look at our XR Pro clip. There is one for you as well. The XR is a distance enhancing golf club. How they managed to do that? The Cup Face 360 technology. Now, imagine the perimeter of the golf club is the framework or the body. What they then do is they take a thin piece of steel, which they wrap around that framework, which allows it to flex. Now, that flex is very key. It freely suspends the face, allowing it to go forwards and backwards, regardless of strike. And where it is impressive and where you see the most benefit from a cup face is your message towards the toe, the heel, low on the face, high on the face. Because that face is flexing, it's getting the ball off with a lot of speed. That speed will equate to quite a bit of distance for you. This technology has evolved quite a bit from Callaway. In the XR, this is one of the longest irons we have ever tested. And that comes down purely to the Cup Face 360 technology. The other thing that is very cool to talk about here is at the back decal, there's what they call a steel-infused polyurethane layer. Now, what Callaway have done, they've always utilized polyurethane at the back. That's what dampens the feel, makes them feel nice and soft, even though they are cast irons. They've just infused it with steel, allowing them to position your center of gravity. So, in the longer irons, your 4 and your 5 iron, that steel infusing sits much lower. And then as you come up to set the 7, the 8, the 9, the wedge, that starts moving up higher and higher, knocking the flight down a little bit, controlling the flight for you, as it were. Now, being the mid-handicapper's iron from Callaway, we would expect quite a big or quite an aggressive undercut cavity. It might not look as aggressive as some of the older models, and that is just purely due to the polyurethane layer that we've just discussed, filling some of it. But you can still see my finger still disappears in the back of this golf club. It still runs the entire length. Again, helping freely suspend the face, making it more flexible, giving you speed, giving you that distance. The other thing that we spoke about in the Pro that we need to touch on, which is really, really nifty, is the blind bore that they have chosen to use here. The blind bore allows them to fit the shaft about the same length as what a normal manufacturer would fit it, leaving a little bit about that section there hollow. That hollowness is lighter than a piece of steel in there, as you can imagine, so they're saving weight from doing that. That weight they can redistribute, making the club head a little bit more forgiving, and in this case, making it launch a little bit easier as well as making it more forgiving. The other thing that's quite cool on the club here, that you'll definitely see if I shine it for you in the light, you'll see there's almost an indentation in the middle of the golf club here. It's like Callaway have shifted that in to force the weight towards the toe and the heel areas. By doing that, you can imagine, because you've got more mass behind the heel and the toe areas, the club head is going to be less inclined to try and flip it left or push it out to the right. We were speaking in the Pro Edition about how much more compacted the head is than what the standard version is. Now I'm standing with the standard version here today. You put that down, you immediately get the feel for this is a Callaway iron. It's got a nice big top line, but it's not off-putting. Has some offset, but again, it's actually not bad. They have visually managed to hide it really, really well. But everything about this club, when you put it down, screams it's going to go miles, and I'm going to get it up in the air really, really quickly. Your 12 to 18 handicapper, you would be perfectly suited with this. It's going to give you more distance. It is really easy to get up in the air. It looks good, and hey, it's something new from Callaway, and they have been producing some really good equipment as of late.